Welcome and thank you for tuning in. You're listening to the Chuck and Samuel Show.
What is up? Welcome back to the Chuck and Samuel podcast, episode 9. How many is that? 9, y'all. We made it 9 episodes so far.
Almost double digits.
Almost double digits. Thank you so much for tuning in and coming back. If you're new, welcome. And Chuck, we hit 100 subscribers last weekend. The first goal.
Yeah, first small milestone.
That's the first small milestone.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for pitching in your subscriptions for that, y'all. We are very grateful. Today, we have Lane Pitman, a Jacksonville legend.
What up?
A socialite.
What up?
What are we at? 500 or 5+ million YouTube views?
I have no idea. Man.
I looked. You were very humble. I looked, and that's pretty crazy. So thank you for being with us, Lane. Yeah, we appreciate
thanks for having me on. For sure.
Absolutely. So you're from Jacksonville, born and raised, right? Duval, man.
Yeah, born and raised, man.
Tell us a little bit about like your upbringing. So you said you were raised in East Arlington area.
No, not raised. I've just lived there now.
Okay, gotcha.
I kind of grew up at the beach. Started off me and my mom down in Neptune, and then she got married and we ended up over in Jax Beach, and I was there for most of my childhood, and then I live in East Arlington now.
Very cool. Yeah. Like I said, where I grew up. Yeah. East Arlington, shout out, man. Hidden Hills.
Did everyone that was over there or now the age of 25 lived in Northside? Because I grew up there.
No, it was like East Arlington, and Arlington was a spot when I was coming up because it was the Regency.
It was never a spot when I was growing up. Regency was cool. I mean, everyone knew about Regency. Yeah,
but back in the day, it was the mall, man. Yeah, it was absolutely the place to go. But maybe it wasn't. Maybe I'm just biased because I grew up there.
Well, yeah, I think the people at the beach. Once you're at the beach, you don't want to leave, man.
That's true.
That's the thing. You got all your friends within biking distance or skating distance, and you just kind of hang out.
I heard that from tons of people that move away from the beach. They're like, I want to get back to it.
Oh, I'm getting back there eventually.
I've always said when you're driving to the beach, once you cross the Intracoastal, that the atmosphere in your car changes, man.
Yeah,
it is like, my God, this is what peace feels like.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. It truly is. I love the beach. I would choose the beach over mountains, I think.
That's tough. I would say I would do the beach as well, but I'm definitely more of a mountain guy.
All right.
I love the mountain. I mean, I'm a ginger in the Sunshine State, man. It's like flipping to get sunburnt driving my car, man.
You got to use SPF all the time,
A million, yes.
Wow.
Yes.
All right, I feel you. I had a friend, I still have a friend, a childhood friend who very fair-skinned, and he would tan in splotches. Have you ever seen this?
I'm only one that I'm thinking about would kind of do that, but it wasn't that noticeable.
Yeah, would. It was very noticeable. It would be like some parts of his skin was extremely like the same color, and then other parts would just be
massive
red.
Freckles, like
huge. Yeah, huge tan spots, but other spots weren't taking the tan. I guess.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's kind of crazy.
Pretty interesting, but yeah, I love the beach. I think I love the mountains too.
Yeah,
but man, there's something about the sound of the ocean, the smell of the freaking ocean air.
Oh my gosh,
come on, open a window and just put me to sleep, bro.
Put that Ocean Avenue.
You know what I'm saying?
That's all I need. I need a little bit yellow card.
Little yellow card.
Little Jacksonville sunset, and I'm good to go.
Come on with it, baby. Yeah, maybe one day we'll get LP or Ryan Key to come.
That'd be great.
I know LP. I've filmed LP a couple times. Yeah,
man,
let's get him on.
We got a connection now.
LP's awesome, man. He's cool, dude.
I've never met him, but I've always have a bunch of friends that have.
He plays all the time down at No Name right now.
I've been seeing him play and sit in with people and play gigs. He was playing with somebody at Lynch's last week. I saw a video of it.
He just likes to hop in and just do his thing, man.
That's amazing. Seems like a really cool guy. Ryan Key's in Jacksonville too, I think.
Okay.
He's back,
according to Jimmy Eat World.
Yeah, I saw that podcast actually. Nice. Very cool. So tell us, man. So, the thing that put you on the map, really, I mean, you can't probably go anywhere in Jacksonville without someone being, you're the guy.
It tends to happen. Yeah, in Jacksonville.
Sure, it does.
It's like, I mean, it's cool. It is what it is.
That's amazing.
It's weird when I'm in another place and someone's like, "Are you that Florida man guy?" And
that's
I'm like,
so funny, man.
That's a little weird. Yeah, man, it's nuts, dude. It's been crazy past like couple 6 years, 5-6 years or whatever it's been since all that American-esque pride took off. So
I love that. And it, I scroll through your Instagram and it seems like you just are living life to the fullest, man.
Man, just trying to love God and just live according to his plan and his rule, and just trying to be out there for that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
That's very cool. I saw you just got married recently. Didn't you?
Marriage is so cool.
Is it?
Yeah, marriage.
All right, so you're
awesome.
sitting with two guys. Like, I love the idea of marriage.
Sure.
Freaking terrified of it.
With the right person.
He says he's never getting married, which I don't believe.
Yeah.
Is
I
that
don't
just
believe.
like a personal choice? Like you're just
So
like,
far.
you're like, I've
So
looked at all
far.
what marriage is and I'm not doing it.
No, because some people say because I come from a broken home.
Gotcha. Yeah.
He does not come from a
I
broken
do.
home. No, you don't.
But both of my parents were divorced before. You
You're
wouldn't even know about that.
Your home is not broken.
You wouldn't know
your
anything.
brothers and sisters' home might be broken.
You're the last thing from a broken home. You wouldn't even know if a
You're
broken home
right,
hit you in the
man.
face.
I'm definitely blessed. Yeah, my parents stuck it
You're
out.
just like
baby.
Jacoby Statics. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I came from a broken home, and literally everybody in my family's had gotten divorced.
Mm.
So
Hey, you can break the cycle, bro.
You
That's
can
what-
break
never
the
know,
cycle.
man.
that's what my brother's trying to do.
Yeah.
My dad's dad was married 7 times.
The good old days
My parents,
when that used to be like a normal thing.
Oh,
It
man.
was.
Yeah.
My parents broke that generational curse, if you will, man.
Shit, yeah.
They stuck it out. They're going on, I think, 48 years
Good for
soon,
them,
or
man.
they just hit 47, I
Yeah.
think.
Where are we going
yeah.
for the 50th?
We should go on a cruise.
Sandals?
Go
We
party,
went on a
man.
cruise.
Let's go to
Uh,
Sandals.
I'm down. Bethany and Brian, my sister and brother-in-law, man, they're hitting
I
up
know-
sandals
I know
all
they
the
love-
time.
All the time, really?
Bro. They are.
They're
dude.
the Michael Scott of
Oh my gosh, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
With
man.
the picture of Jan got released.
Jan and Mike.
Oh,
man.
man.
Dude, that's poetry. That
Yeah.
whole show is poetry.
It is.
It's so good.
We might have to have Lane. We're talking about. Can I talk about this? We're
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about
Go
doing an
ahead.
office episode.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like a
Yeah.
round table one.
Yeah,
Oh,
a round
yeah, yeah.
table.
Yeah.
So what do you mean? Are you having like people be in character?
No,
Or, like-
No,
we're
no,
just
no.
gonna discuss the show.
Like you ever see those podcasts where it's like, a round table, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Sure.
And we'll just kind of like, it's just a office tribute episode. We were going to do it
Gotcha.
earlier when it kind of went off Netflix.
Yeah.
So we're thinking, I was like, dude, everyone loves it. We need a
Sure.
theme.
Yeah,
Let's do an office episode.
Yeah.
And that's where we're just trying to find like ultimate office fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Well, shoot, bring me in.
so marriage. Let's get back on that, man. I'm
Yeah.
intrigued. How long have you been married?
What's today's date? The
Sometime in February.
12th? 12th, I think.
Yeah, the 12th. I believe.
So I've been married
2012.
almost 2 months.
Damn,
On the 19th.
You're having
I'll
the
be 2 months.
time of your life.
Oh, you're
huh?
newlywed, man. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's
Amazing.
awesome, dude.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you guys have any fun honeymoon stories?
Shoot,
Are you one of those
yeah.
people that are like, oh, we're going to do it in like 4 years?
No, bump that.
Yeah.
They'd be dead in 4 years,
Yeah.
dude. The world could be
That's
gone in 4
right,
years.
baby.
We looked at the freaking pandemic like, shoot,
Yeah.
no, we're good.
We already made it past the Mayan calendar. We're not wasting
I
no
know,
more
about
time,
that.
man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
especially-
saying?
We waited to live together, waited for everything, and we're Christian couples, and
That's really
the
cool,
right
man.
way.
yeah,
It
was.
is.
Yeah, that's tough, but so we're like, yeah, let's go. We're going on a fat honeymoon. Like,
Yeah.
let's go party. Let's go do something sick. So we went out to we flew into Jackson Hole, but we actually
Ooh.
went snowboarding on the other side of the Tetons from Jackson Hole called
Very cool.
Grand Targhee. And man, dude, it was just paradise out there. Just amazing. It was awesome. I shouldn't say
That is
paradise.
cool.
'cause
Paradise.
shouldn't say paradise. That's the wrong phrase. But
Yeah.
it's snowy. It's flipping big mountains and awesome.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't been snowboarding or skiing in a long time, dude. It's
You used to be in the X Games, right?
I
Wow,
did
dude.
once.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
Do tell us about this.
Dude,
career.
I did
About this
skateboard
journey.
though, and I was every once in a while I was landing a sex change when I quit
Whoa,
skateboarding. So just there's
bro,
that for whatever
no
it's worth. You know what I'm
way.
saying,
Wow.
baby?
Kickflip 360?
Bro, I could do
Wow.
a kickflip 180, or like a what was it called? It was a
So, freaking 360 spin or something, or freaking
No.
was it
not
not
a
a
shove it.
varial flip?
Are you talking
varial
Is it
flip was
varial-
Varial flip is the 180 kick flip.
I don't remember the
360 flip is when
names.
the board does 360.
What is it when it does a 180?
Varial flip.
Varial
Is it a
flip?
varial flip?
Yeah, varial flip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could land those every couple
I could do
times.
heel flips, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And I ate it a few times, and I was like, I think
Yeah.
I'm just gonna ride a skateboard, and I'm gonna go play music.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
You roll your ankle a few times, you're like, this isn't for me.
The first time you really beef it, like
Yeah.
just eat pavement, like no,
Yeah.
I'm done.
Did
That
y'all
was not
ever
fun.
go to Kona?
Nah,
I've been once.
I played a show at Kona, but I've never actually seen
Oh
Kona.
man,
Yeah.
dude. I grew up going to Kona. I loved that place.
Yeah, did you ever skate lab?
Was that at Mayport?
Mayport, yeah.
I went inside there. I never skated.
Never
though.
skated?
Never
Oh,
skated.
see, that's
it.
where everybody went when I was
Dang.
growing
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
I used to go to Treaty Park in St. Augustine.
That place
Okay.
that place
Yeah.
is reputable for sure. It's still
Yeah.
out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
They started that place in Mayport. They came when I stopped quitting or stopped skating. I
Quitting.
believe.
Stop
quitting. Stop quitting, everybody. And yeah, all the public parks started popping up after I was
Yeah.
not
Yep.
skating anymore.
Mhm.
So I missed out on all that.
Yeah.
We're the ones that brought it back, though.
Who's we?
Like the new rock class. us.
Okay. Our
It was,
generation.
it was like late 90s are the ones that brought back skating. X Games. But
I feel like it was really thriving in the mid 2000s.
no, you're thinking of like Ryan Sheckler and stuff.
Oh, dude, I mean,
It was
I-
a cultural thing. Dude,
I
for
watched
sure.
Ryan Sheckler's show. I can't even lie, bro. With
Yeah.
that white, whatever that Range Rover he had, that was all
Yeah.
I
white.
never watched his show. I would watch. Was it Viva La Bam?
Yeah.
I would watch that, and I was like, oh, everyone wants to be
Well,
like this dude. You know?
Yeah.
Anything that was a branch off of Jackass, I watched.
Yeah.
Wild Boys.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody
Dude,
did.
I know you couldn't watch that stuff. but
I
it was-
wasn't allowed to watch it, but I also, for some reason, that humor didn't
Didn't resonate
It
with
didn't
you?
resonate
oh,
with
gosh,
me.
Dude, that joke's
Yeah.
so funny.
It was.
like dropping pool balls from 2 stories
See-
up onto your jock is just, that's not funny to
See, it's
me. You
pretty
know what I'm
brutal. It's
saying?
pretty
But
brutal.
we were just talking about The Office and how that was just like that's masterclass cinema.
It is.
I think the close second of the best TV episode ever is when they did the Gumball rally in Europe. Is my favorite piece of like TV when the Jackass guys drove from like London to like Russia and back. Those are the good old days.
I'll have to go back
Yeah.
and
I have
watch
to watch
these.
that. Yeah, I remember that.
And Wild Boys were great too.
What
Oh,
about
yeah.
Tom Green?
Tom Green.
That was a good moment in time.
It was
the
a
Bum Bum
short,
song and all that.
short. My bum is on your face. My bum
Yeah.
is on your face.
And now,
Oh,
now
okay.
he's like a comedian that just
Yeah.
kind of chills and stuff. But
yeah, his humor was very off the wall.
yeah, that's the old 1990s. You were big into Beavis and Butthead, right?
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
man.
Yeah. That's this guy right here.
Dude,
he can
Beavis
tell you
is
all about
okay.
it.
Patronizing me.
I definitely,
Tell us about
I
it,
definitely
Blaine.
had to get my wife to like sit down to watch. I was like, "Hey, we need to. You just have to watch Beavis and Butthead." She's like, "I'm not watching Beavis and Butthead." I was like, "Please watch one episode." I was like, "You'll love it." I wasn't like 5 minutes into it. She's cracking up. I'm like, hey, "See, exactly. Like this crap is hilarious."
So funny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was raised pretty,
Secular.
conservative and dude, there were so many of those shows I missed growing up.
Yeah, I think South Park was the one that I missed.
You
for
didn't
sure.
miss
Like
out.
my dad was like, "You're not watching that. That's not good."
Even as a
All right.
kid,
Yeah,
I was like,
same.
I'm not into this.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Even like funny, I don't know, like that humor kind of like bleeds into like funny bands for me.
Sure.
And bands that were funny,
Mhm.
I just never connected with, man.
Like a band, a
Like
mu-
Blink 182
You
or
didn't like
like
Blink?
or like
Weezer?
Five Arm Frenzy, Weezer.
Okay, yeah. See,
Uh,
I can get into some like a little bit of Blink 182.
Some Reliant K.
Same.
Reliant, I like Reliant K.
Some
now.
of the
I like
later
Reliant
stuff
K.
I like,
Yeah.
but when they first started out, they're like Marilyn Manson Ain't My Girlfriend. I don't know if you remember that, but it was
no.
first record. They were a funny band, and I
Yeah.
just don't know why.
It was
I've
just
never
like-
connected with funny, humorous songs.
I think there's a time and place for them.
I agree with that.
I don't think it's something I'm going to be just driving or listen to every single day of my life.
I agree
you
with
know?
that. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I need some, realness too. You know, I need something to like be able to bond with.
All right.
But I don't know. When I think of Reliant K, like Blink 182 and like Sum 41, like all these bands, I just think it's like, all right, I'm gonna be lighthearted. I'm on a road trip, or I'm at a bar just hanging out with some friends, and like the band's covering one of those songs. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna jam out to it. You know, like,
Yeah, I
don't
feel
know.
that. I feel that.
Yeah.
Man, you were raised on some Christian music or no?
To a degree. Yeah, definitely. I mean, my dad was pretty cool. You know, I actually talked to him about this like probably like 2 weeks ago, and we were working on my car together. And I was like, you know, I'm really thankful the way that, you know, you raised us. You kind of, you know, didn't let us go completely into like what the world has to offer, but you didn't completely shelter us either.
Right.
It's like a gradual kind of progression. And, you know, went to public school too. So we heard a lot of other things as well. So, I mean, yeah, I went to a private school in elementary, and then I went to public school after that. So we listened to, you know, all the Christian songs, whatever it was back then. Michael W. Smith.
Oh my goodness! Don't even get me started.
Like, yeah, freaking. What's the Third Day? Like
Third Day.
Yeah, all those like stereotypical like early 2000s like Christian radio bands, and I mean, I could probably sing it if I heard the song, but I don't listen to any of that stuff.
I feel you. Yeah.
My dad, he showed me hair metal and 80s hair metal, and I was like,
man.
let's go. Like, this is good stuff, man. And then just take it from there and just keep going up.
My introduction to hair metal was Striper.
Dude, Striper's sick, dude. He showed me.
Bro.
Do you ever listen to Holy Soldier?
Yeah, I've heard
White
of them.
Cross?
Oh,
dude, White Cross.
What about
bro.
White Heart? Do you know anything about White Heart?
No, never listened to White Heart.
The
Yeah.
White Cross was good.
White Cross is sick, dude. They were
so
awesome.
good.
They were so
Resurrection band from back in the 70s, and we're going old now, but there was a band
70s.
called Bride.
Pride, is it with a Y?
Bride.
Oh, Bride.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
But I saw Striper on like 3 or 4 reunion
was it,
tours.
Oz Fox? Is
Oz
that
Fox,
the name? It's a guitar
yeah.
player with a black and yellow guitar.
That's it,
Oz
man.
Fox, man.
I
Yeah.
love it. Yeah.
That's
How
so
do we
tight.
get off on that? We were talking about your marriage, and then this is how the show goes. We
Yes, yeah.
rabbit trail like
Yeah, it's all
crazy.
good. Yeah.
So congratulations, man,
Thank you,
on
thank
being
you.
married. And
Thank
what's
you.
your wife's name?
Rachel.
Well, shout out Rachel.
Yeah, Ray Boo.
Dude, the wedding photos look like
Yeah.
it was a
Party.
blast.
Yeah. I'm very hesitant to post the video. I have the video, the videographer, my buddy Evan with True Honor Media. He knocked this video out. I'm just so hesitant to put it out, man. I think there's gonna be so many people like, "Where's your mask? Where's this? Where's that?" And I'm like,
don't
dude,
get me started on that.
I had that thought today when I was like, because we've never met before,
Yeah.
and I was like, should I text him and ask him if we should be masked up? And then I was like, should I just go buy one of those heaters that
heaters
that
Yeah,
temperature checkers.
Temperature checkers.
check. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Just to tell everybody that we did it.
I was
Now I'm
surprised.
giving it away, but
Yeah.
none of us have COVID. But
Yeah.
I feel
Now that we know.
isn't that insane that you got to be cautious of that?
Yeah, I mean, I know everyone has their reasoning
That's true.
behind what they put out, and you know, I got to be sensitive to that too. I got friends on both sides of the fence.
Oh,
you know, I
absolutely.
got friends that are diehard, right? You don't have to wear a mask. You shouldn't do blah blah. And then I got my friends that are all the way on the left that want to scold you for even stepping outside of your house, you know? So I got people on both sides, and, you know, not that I'm worried about offending people. I just don't want to draw a line in the sand between me and somebody.
I feel that.
And either lose a witness or
Right.
lose, you know, a friendship over something as silly as what's going on.
That's good,
you
man.
know?
That's admirable. There will come a time where you can safely release
Yeah. I'd be like, hey,
the
check
video.
out my video that
from 5
Yeah, I
years
know.
ago.
like 5 years ago. Yeah.
I know all
We
about
finally got it back.
No, I mean, I'll probably put it out. I might just disable the comments and, you know.
That's probably smart.
There you
bet.
go.
Smart bet.
So I'll probably do that. I don't know. I've been toying around with it.
That's funny. That's
Yeah.
funny. So the thing that put you on the map, man, was a spontaneous hurricane thing.
No,
It was before that.
It was before that.
No.
He knows.
I know.
Chuck knows.
Chuck knows.
I know.
Chuck knows.
It was.
Was
his-
it the-
guitar solo?
The guitar solo at the
Yeah.
beach.
Yes.
That was first.
Yep.
Yep, that's
Yep.
first.
Yep.
Oh my God. So did they didn't actually take you to jail? Or did they?
They were very, very close. to taking
So
it out. Yeah.
on the Vice
Yep.
documentary,
Mhm.
they went over that, but
Mm-hmm.
they kind of jumped real quick to the hurricane scene.
Sure.
So my question was, not what really happened, but can you explain what happened after that? Because the documentary didn't really explain what really happened after they took you away.
I don't really remember what they put on the Vice one.
They did.
but-
They arrest you, put you in
They
a
don't
car. and then
explain why
they didn't
they
explain
arrested
why.
you or anything like
Okay,
that.
yeah, they literally said when they put me. Okay, so first of all, had a cop tell me I could do it. All right,
All
So
right.
Unbelievable.
Told me. So I started off in the
They
street.
set you up.
Everyone knows what it's like, or at least you're from around this area. Everyone knows what it's like to be at the beach on the 4th of July.
Oh my goodness.
It's a freaking
Yeah.
block party. It's awesome. No one's driving their car on First Street. Like, it's just bikes and it's just people, water slides, it's freaking barbecues, like
Right.
epic. So I'm like, dude, I called my buddy up who lived on First Street. I was like, all right, can I just plug into your power? You know, he's like, yeah, dude, I already got an amplifier down here. Like, come play. Cool. So I was like, all right, sick. So ran a power cord from his house all the way out to First Street, played the first couple notes. Cop comes over. He's like, you can't do that. You're blocking traffic. And I was like, well, can I just move it back to the sidewalk or whatever? And he said, yes. So take my stuff, move back. And then after I got done, 2 different cops come over and they go, we just need to see you by our car.
And it was right after you still had your guitar in your hand and everything.
And dude, I saw the cop like try to grab my guitar. I didn't touch my guitar.
Right.
like if you're a musician, you know exactly what it feels like to have someone else touch your guitar, bro. So, so I was like, okay, like, well, I guess I don't know what they want to talk about. Like, as far as I know, I'm in the clear. Go over to the cop car, spread your legs, put your hands behind your back. And I was like, oh crap. So back of the cop car, I had to ask him. I was like, dude, what are you arresting me for?
Yeah.
And he was like, well, probably going to be breach of peace and possibly inciting a riot. And I was, oh no,
man.
Because as soon as they put me in the cop car, like all of my friends were like, F the police.
That's what they
like,
that's what I heard.
Like spitting on the cop car and
flip the car.
Yeah, and I was like, I didn't tell them to do it. It's like everything was great till you arrested me.
Right.
But they took me down to their police station, and like the whole time they were just like, you're going downtown tonight. You're spending
for real
the whole time. Yeah.
Dang.
And it was funny, man. Like I never want to be in that situation. I just literally prayed. I was like, God, please don't let them take me down.
Wow.
like your boy doesn't want to stay in jail.
You got some favor that day, man.
Oh, dude, Lord I was like, my heart's intent, God. I was like, whatever happens. I was like, I trust you either way, but please don't let them take me downtown. Like that's ridiculous. So,
was the cop that said it was okay to play when the two that
went AWOL.
Oh, he went AWOL.
Went AWOL. Yeah. And I know that cop too, and he didn't say anything for whatever reason. And
I hope you weren't set up.
I don't think so. I'd hope not.
Conspiracy theories.
I've heard through the grapevine, heard from other people that it was all cool until the chief of police at the time heard about it, and he was just like, shut it down. Like, y'all need to shut that down right now. And a lot of them were like, we're not going to stop in the middle of the national anthem.
Right.
We're not going to do that. So they waited till I got done to kind of do what the chief said. And
at least they have a little bit of a soul.
Yeah. And the cops especially one of them, he's a really good dude. And he was, even when they were switching the cuffs out on me to give me, because they saw that I wasn't intoxicated. I don't drink. Yeah. And I was very polite, and I have no arrest record. And I'm like, dude, like, this makes no sense.
Right.
And so they changed the cuffs out on me at the police station, and I'm sitting there and they're doing it. And the one dude that brought me over to the car, he's like, he literally looked at his officer. He's like, why are we doing this? Like, literally, the cop. And I was like, I looked at him, I was like, thank you. Like, why are you doing it?
Talk some sense into these fellas.
Why are you doing it, buddy? So yeah, it ended up working out to where they gave me a written arrest. He's like, we're kind of outmanned here at the beach as it is right now. We don't really have time to take you downtown. And he said like their computer was crashing to some degree. He's like, they're
God.
I was like,
God.
I see you, Jesus. I see you.
That's right.
They was like, all right, well, if you just agree not to come back out of the beach, we'll just give you a written arrest and you can just go home. You'll have a court date. You'll have like all this stuff. And I was like, yes, please, just like get me out of here. Like,
right.
I don't want to be in the back of this cop car. I want to be like home. So my cousin who was with me, he called my parents and got fingerprinted, got my little slip that said I was arrested, and walked out. My parents were already there. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you, Lord. And I gave my mom a hug. And I was like, don't listen to anything they tell you. She was like, I trust you, baby. I trust you.
That's awesome. And that's amazing.
As we were walking out, my dad just gave me a big old high five. He was like, that's so cool, dude.
That's the most VA
I was like, my parents are not mad at me.
If you're going to get arrested, son, it might as well be for playing the national anthem.
Something cool. Exactly. Something cool.
You know what's funny? Today I was talking to my mom, and I was like, me and Chuck are having Lane Pitman on, and have you heard, does that name ring a bell? And she was like, I don't think so. And I said, have you seen his hurricane? I was explaining the hurricane videos and everything, and she's like, no, I've never seen that. I'm like, I have to send it to you.
Yeah.
It's great. And she says, is that the guy that got arrested at the beach for playing the national anthem?
It struck a chord with people.
I
man.
said it sure is.
Struck a chord, pun intended. Struck a chord with people.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
I'm sure it did, man.
Yeah,
I remember when it happened. It was absolutely bananas to know that they arrested you for absolutely nothing.
Literally nothing. Like
crazy.
It was the dumbest thing ever, dude. But you know what? God's good, and it led to some crazy stuff. And I remember when the video was like starting to take off, I think Reddit got a hold of it, and then like some of the news stations got a hold. I was like in church on a Wednesday night, and I looked at the video, it had like 20,000 views, and I was like, okay, that's pretty sweet. Got out of service an hour later, had like 40,000 views.
Wow.
And I was like, this is nuts. And then just escalated. GoPro ended up sending me like a big old GoPro package because the video was filmed on a GoPro, and they're like, you don't have one on your guitar, we need to change that.
Come on.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
That is funny. Should have been like, hey, GoPro, send me some of that stock.
Send me some GoPro stock.
Me and
brother.
Chuck just got into Robinhood, man.
Yeah.
I will have to say, I was going to be like, I tried some other apps and I was like, I'm not doing Robinhood. I'm canceling Robinhood. They screwed so many people over.
Dude, they
but
screwed so many of my friends over.
it is quite user friendly.
That's the biggest like appeal to it. It's very aesthetically pleasing, especially if you have like an iPhone. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
Like it's just like, oh, this looks like something I could use all the time.
Exactly.
And dude, it hooks you in, man. Especially like the Reddit stocks and that whole thing when it blew up. I remember I was in a couple of them, and people that had no intention of being in stocks were like downloading Robinhood and like, getting into it and everything.
Right.
Us too.
Yeah.
Put us in that category.
Yeah, man. It kind of changed the game a little bit, man.
Yeah.
It got a lot more people involved and invested in the stock trading, which is pretty cool. So
That is amazing. You said you got, if you don't mind me saying, you got Dogecoin.
Doge.
See, that's how it shows you how new I am.
Dogecoin. To the moon, baby. To the moon we go.
At how much?
Are we going? Are we going to the moon?
I had it at under a cent.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
I sold it. I should have sold it at the peak, but it hit 8, came down to 3, and I was like, dude, I don't know. That might have been it, dude. So I got paper hands, pulled it out, and then I still have like 900 something Doge right now, still like $50 worth.
I keep an eye on it. I watch it, just see what it's doing.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. I just love when Elon Musk tweets about it and just
crazy.
Just like,
All
you see
he's gotta do.
immediate spike. It's
insane,
crazy.
isn't it?
It's an influencer or whatever.
That dude
Big time.
is on another level. Do you think we're gonna be on Mars? He's gonna put us on Mars before he's dead, or at least a couple people living there full time.
So I was listening to him on Rogan yesterday, and he was saying that because of the way the cycle is with Earth and Mars, it's like we're not always like we don't travel around the sun at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the sun. We're not going. So sometimes either Mars is spinning faster or we're spinning faster, but it always doesn't line up to where it's like every 3 or 4 years that we're in a path together before the other one goes around. You can't go through the sun, you know?
Right. And he said
So-
if we miss, didn't he say if we miss, we're gonna head? Where did he say we're gonna head?
I don't even know, dude.
Pluto or something like that?
Something
That-
weird.
yeah.
Something
You can always
weird.
turn around. But
I don't know.
Hope
how
you
that
have enough
works.
fuel. Yeah.
I don't know how all that works.
Yeah.
That's wild. The calculations and timing is
Dude, unreal
insane.
math.
there's a reason that they fly out of Florida, and they always will be. Because the way the Earth spins.
Oh, really?
Yeah. By the time they're up there and everything comes back down, it goes back in the ocean.
Oh.
If it,
Got you.
so
Makes
if
sense.
they were somewhere else, it would be landing in like
Like,
Alabama
yeah, it'd be
or
killing-
Kansas
it would
and all
kill
that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That
weird.
is wild.
Yeah.
Wild. So yeah, man. So then, okay. So after you got arrested is when, how many years later was
One,
the
right?
first
1 year.
video?
Yeah, 1 year.
And
Yeah,
then
he's
that
on
just
it, bro.
blew
Chuck's
up.
on it.
See,
So-
I'm on it. I did my research.
Chuck's on it, man.
My bad, guys. I actually this week was actually on Chuck. I was like, dude, you got to do some. And now
actually
he's the one
stepped
that
up,
knows
man.
everything.
Thank you. I step up.
Good stuff, bro.
So
That's amazing.
That's okay. So this is a perfect question for me to ask because I found out about you without really knowing who you were.
Okay.
With that video, because I live in Orlando,
Got you.
so random meme someone posted up is the guy with the American flag in the hurricane. Because every time there's a hurricane, I was like, screw it, I'm staying. Let's
ride it out.
let's
dude.
ride it out. And I saw the video. I'm like, that's the ultimate vibe right there. That's what it means to be a Floridian.
Yeah.
And then it comes out that it's a local guy. This isn't like shot years ago, some
Right.
random. It's like this is a local Jacksonville guy. So that's where I first found out about you.
Right on.
And then that exploded. Based on the documentary, that's when it took off.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it definitely helped. So it was like I think I put it in the Vice thing. It was like I just already had like a really intense American following, and when I put out a video of me in this middle of this hurricane with an American flag, it was just like,
come on, dude.
Yeah,
let's go. You know, and then they shared it, and then it just kept going up.
That's what we talk about. If you're gonna go down that route, you got to go all in.
You gotta sell out, and I
You
mean,
sell out.
you really do, and that's I mean, people are really good at branding themselves, and I didn't realize I was even branding. I was just kind of just doing it.
You invented Florida Man.
I guess so.
You invented the Florida Man according to the documentary.
According to, man. What Florida Man really is, not what the news makes Florida Man.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Not the bad vibes.
Like you spinning around on the tractor, dude. That freaking is
with the
amazing.
The Cajuns, yeah. So my wife is her dad's straight from Louisiana.
So
I'm already I already love the Cajuns already.
Amazing, good.
When we went out there for hurricane relief, the guy was like, "You're getting on this tractor right here, and you're gonna spin around and make a flag." And I was like, "All right, let's do it." He's like, "I know you've been in a hurricane, but you're gonna do this." And I was like, "Let's do it, bro. Like, that'd be sick. Like, come on." Yeah.
That is too funny, man. So this thing just kind of opened a bunch of doors for you, and I've seen some some photos of you hanging out with some pretty sick people, like Dave Grohl for one.
Yeah, that was pretty rad, dude.
Was your heart pounding? How do you do with famous people? Were you?
How did that come up?
Well, that's the most famous person I've ever met.
How did that come up?
Twitter. It was after. When was it? Was it after the first hurricane video? I can't remember. It was no, maybe it was the 1-2 after that. I can't remember when it was. It was one of them. But Twitter, they just tweeted out my name. That was just like Lane Pitman in all caps. So like, I still have it pinned at the top of my Twitter. And I'm like, that's the mecca, dude. Like,
absolutely.
Like that is the coolest thing. And I mean, I grew up, I didn't really listen to the Foo Fighters a whole lot. You know, obviously I had a lot of respect for them, but my brother loves the Foo Fighters.
That's
and he called me up. He was like, "Dude, what the heck? Are you freaking kidding me, man? Oh my gosh." And I was like, "Yeah, it's pretty wild, huh?" I didn't think anything was going to come of it. So I followed them, and they followed me back. And I ended up getting local print shop, Stitches and Screens. They made a design for me for like the Florida Man thing. Like, hey, let's sell some t-shirts and just see what happens. You know, we can donate to charity or something.
Right.
And I was like, cool, yeah, that'd be fun. And I was like, dude, what if we just see if we could send it to the Foo Fighters? So I sent them a DM, and they got back to me a few days later, and the chick on there was super cool. And she was like, yeah, send them this. Don't give this address out to anybody, but yeah, send them here. So we like overnighted them. And Dave Grohl ended up wearing it like in a Billboard magazine. Like,
how cool was that,
that was super rad. So that kind of led to me going back and forth with them. They hooked me up with going to backstage to see Slayer and like Lamb of God and like all these like big metal bands and everything, and hanging out with those dudes. And that was pretty cool. So the guy that Slayer's manager was like, "Dude, who are you?" He's like, "I got the Foo Fighters manager calling me, letting you back here." He's like, "Who are you?" And I was like, "I'm just a dude, bro." Like,
yeah, I'm just a dude.
He's like, "Are you in a band or anything?" He's like, "Yeah, but we play like covers down at like the local bar." He was like, "What in the world's going on?" So I think that was kind of like their vetting process to make sure that I wasn't like some weirdo.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah.
So that ended up, they were going to have me in a music video probably about a year later when they put out that song. I don't know if you ever heard it. It's off one of their, not the one they just put out this album, but the one before it in like 2018, I think, or 2017.
Yeah.
And it's a song called Run, and it's this really cool music video that has like all these like freaking old patients are like doing this crazy dancing and like all this fun stuff like mosh pitting and everything. And I was going to be able to be in that music video, but the guild out there in California, like
Screen Actor,
they like blocked it or something. Yeah. So she was like, "Don't worry, like we can't get you in that, but we're gonna get you on something else." So I was supposed to play the anthem right before one of the Foo Fighters gigs.
Wow.
And he had me come out for a promo, and I got to hang out with Dave Grohl and got to like do this whole day shoot with him and everything. And meeting him for the first time was pretty wild. It was like, I got there probably about an hour or two before, and I was hanging out with one of the assistants, and he was like probably like 19 or 20. I was like 23 at the time, I think 24 maybe. And we were just chatting it up, and all of a sudden Dave Grohl just drives by in this like prototype Tesla. And I was like, whoa, snap. And he's like, dude, that's Dave Grohl. Are you going to like say hey to him? You're going to introduce yourself. And I was like, bro, I don't really know how this goes, man. I'm kind of like, just chill, like see what's up. So there was like this like food truck that was like off in the distance. And I saw Dave get out and he was talking to like his videographer, his like, you know, director or producer or whatever. And I was like, I'm just going to like mosey my way, like all the way around to this food truck, maybe get myself a second like breakfast burrito, you know, like, you know, whatever. Maybe if we like see each other, like, oh, hey, what's up, man? You know, nice to meet you. Whatever. So I'm walking like all the way around. He's like right here. And he just sees me and stops talking and comes straight over to me. And he's like, Lane Pitman? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, dude, I saw you and my heart was like wanted to leap out of its chest. And I was like, that's not how this works.
Absolutely,
that's
dude.
not how this works,
what?
So,
you have an experience with him that most people don't. Dude, he was like fanning over you. Dude, that is insane.
And you know, all the interviews that you see of him and like all like the cool things you see and hear about him, it's like completely accurate. Like
I love
coolest rock star dude, just high energy, just like, yeah, let's go. Like, this is awesome.
That's
like
so
everything's
cool,
sick.
Man.
So yeah, I just hung out with them. I remember it was one point I was like on the back of a golf cart just talking to him about like Nirvana and like all these like crazy times and stuff like that. I was like, this is, you know, how much people would pay to be where I'm at right now.
Absolutely, man. That is absolutely insane.
Yeah, it was super cool. Super, super cool.
That's, you know, I'm the same. I never really listened to a ton of Foo Fighters. And me and Chuck have talked about this before, how it doesn't matter, dude. They are like the last standing rock stars.
They are the last big rock band.
They are, dude. And they're still thoroughly rock and roll, man.
Oh, yeah, man.
I love it. What didn't he break his leg on stage a couple years ago?
It was brutal. Yeah, he like jacked his leg up and then flipping came back out and kept playing. Like,
weren't they casting it up
or something? I can't remember.
While he was playing, they were doing something,
wrapping it,
where he had his foot on an
elevated, and it was just completely jacked
you don't
up.
get much more rock and roll.
That's the kind of stuff you gotta do,
man, bro. And then my favorite thing they did, man, was I think Westboro Baptist Church was doing a picket of something, and they come out on a trailer, a flatbed trailer, dressed as country bumpkins, and they play
poetry. That's poetry,
like
man.
folk music, and the song is so like just raunchy with
poetry. That's what I call poetry.
It was so good, poetry. That's good. You got to look that up if you haven't seen it.
Beautiful.
Foo Fighters doing that, amazing.
Man, that's awesome.
That's cool, man. So like, how was it meeting Brian Head Welch?
I didn't really get to chat with him a whole lot.
Right
so
on.
I worked with a group that was called the Music Experience, and they sold guitars like big Rockville, you know, like Rockville. What was the other one? Aftershock. They did all these like big rock festivals and stuff, and they have all these connections. And so Head was cool though. I got to like hang around him, and we would say something back and forth like here and there, but he's super cool, down to earth guy, man. Just like very loving, very cool to all the fans that were coming through, and always taking his time with people. And his manager's like, come on, we got to go. It's okay. No, nice to meet you. You know,
wow.
like, yeah, super cool guy.
Yeah. I heard that, cause Melissa goes on those, Shiprock cruise ships.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And she said that he had, like, when his book came out or documentary came out like a few years ago, that he held like a private screening or private reading or whatever was coming out at the time. And he took like every single person's question.
Oh yeah.
Like every single person's like autograph, photo, everything.
Yeah.
Like way past like their set time.
Yeah. Right.
He just stayed there.
That's amazing. Seems like a people person, man. It seems like God's really changed his life.
180. Look at where he was at, man. I mean,
he was doing coke on a Bible.
Yeah,
and that's what woke him up.
That's what woke him up, man.
How about it? Lord works in mysterious ways.
He sure does, man. That's amazing. I saw him at Cornerstone when he was doing his Christian stint.
You went to Cornerstone?
Illinois, bro. I went to one Illinois Cornerstone. I think it was the second to last one, actually.
I was about to say, I don't know when they quit doing it. Like
Florida, I went to all the Cornerstone Floridas.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, see, I was too young, man. I was too young. I didn't have anybody to take me really, and
epic.
I can go on YouTube and look like all the old Maylene and the Sons of Disaster playing it.
Come on, my old band used to play with Maylene quite a bit.
Did you play like a hardcore band or something?
I was in a hardcore.
I feel like
band.
Everybody's in is in a hardcore band at some point in Florida. Like if you're a musician, you were.
Maylene, that's very true. It's like a lot of us.
Maylene was like one of my all-time favorites.
Oh
Yeah,
my God,
I saw
they were
them like
so good.
so many times live. Yeah, they were awesome, man.
Did you ever see Chasing Victory by chance?
No, I didn't.
No, okay. Good friends of mine. They were in that whole
They're
circle.
in that scene? Yeah.
They toured a lot with Maylene. Shout out Michael Lamb. Michael Lamb's been asking me to bring up to talk about my old band for a long time. But
What was the name of your
we'll
band?
get there, Michael.
What was
Lamb.
what was the name of your old
It was
band?
called Our Finest Hour.
I've heard that. Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Riverdale. Yeah,
it was
for
a
sure.
fun time,
Yeah.
man.
That's
a lot
awesome,
of fun.
man. Yeah.
The old days.
The biggest hardcore band in Jacksonville.
I mean, I'm not trying to brag or anything, Chuck.
You're up. You
but
opened up
we
for
are
Under Oath,
still
right?
the only
y'all got
local
to
bands.
open for Under Oath?
No, we never
Oh.
opened. We opened for Amberlin
Oh,
at
Amberlin's
Jackrabbits.
cool, yeah.
Nice.
At
when they were,
Jackrabbits,
when they
shout
were
out
at Jackrabbits, sold out show, man. It
Yeah.
was fun. But I guess I will brag for a second, Chuck, since you're bringing it out of me, man.
Go ahead.
From my understanding, still the only local band to sell out Murray Hill.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
Okay,
there was
there you
bands
go.
that did it back in the early like 2000s and late 1990s.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
But they upped their capacity, and dude,
Oh,
it was
dang.
we were like a hardcore band that for some reason hit at the right time,
Just hit,
dude.
yeah, man.
In the early 2000s, local scene was just
That was
thriving,
big. It was big,
bro.
dude. It was a thing, man.
It was a thing.
dude.
Kids were coming to shows in the droves.
I wish I was like I was just too young. You know what I'm saying? To hit
Right.
it at the peak. Like if I was a few years older, I feel like I would have been in every single one. Like being able to drive would have helped me out a lot.
Yeah,
You know? So
I had my older sister. She shout out to Bethany. She was very kind. She's way older than me, and she would take
Way
her-
older.
way older.
She's
not 2 years older than me.
slightly older. Be respectful.
Okay, slightly older,
Be
but she would always
respectful.
take me to concerts, so that's how
That's
I got.
right.
You're making it sound like she's like 80 years old.
That'd be impossible. She's 9 years older than me. That's way older for a
No,
sibling.
that's barely
that's
older.
I would say that's way older for
Come on,
siblings.
man.
I mean,
she's basically my.
I'm 7 years older than my brother, and I feel like I'm.
That's way older.
Yeah,
yeah.
You're
for
making it-
siblings. Come on,
Yeah.
Chuck.
She looks younger than us.
Well, yeah, we'll give her that.
Thank you.
We'll give her that.
Yeah.
Dude, so I saw also that you did this commercial for Angie's subs. There's like something you did
I did a
for
commercial
Angie.
for 'em?
So it looks like it. But I just want to talk about Angie's subs.
Okay.
Have you ever been to Angie's, Chuck?
I've never been to Angie's.
What?
That's
My
crazy,
gosh.
dude.
Wait, you're not from Jacksonville,
He
right?
is. He's from
You're
Orange Park.
from. Oh, that's not Jacksonville. Dude.
That's true.
I hate Jacksonville.
Yeah, I grew up in the Doctors Lake area.
Lord
But-
have mercy.
Yeah. Right.
So, yeah, I don't know. Is
You
it
just gotta go.
is it like a spin-off of Larry Giant subs?
No,
Not even
not
close.
even close.
It's
Angie's is its own thing. All right, it is awesome. They have the best sweet tea. They got Peruvian sauce. I mean, that's all you really
the Peruvian
need.
sauce,
That's all you
bro.
really
Sounds
need.
like chicken fillet.
But you want to know the best kept secret? It's not really secret in my opinion because a lot of my friends know about it. You ever been to Sun Deli?
I have been to Sun Deli.
Sun
It's been a
Deli.
while.
Sun Deli is the best subs in Jacksonville.
Okay.
The best.
I
You
haven't
got
been
you got to
there
get what
in
they
a
call
long
the
time.
question mark, and it's literally whatever they feel like making at the time.
Oh no.
Really?
I've never had a bad sub.
Really?
Never.
Well-
I've gotten the question mark every single time, and it's always been flames, dude.
Wow.
Absolute flames.
What part of
Okay.
town is it for the people like
Beach,
me that
3rd Street, right across from George's Music.
Oh, I know where that's at.
Yep.
Very nice. We got to go check it out, Chuck.
Sun Deli, man. The question mark,
Nice.
dude.
I'll go I'll do it
freaking
for you.
Good.
And I'll take a photo while I'm there.
So freaking good.
All right.
Tell
so
them,
that's
tell them Lane sent you. They'll
tell
know.
them Lane sent you.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
I'm down. Don't forget it.
Well, we're gonna go to Sun Deli probably
gotta go,
before you
man.
go back home this weekend.
Gotta go.
I'll
dude.
probably go tonight.
They're
It's
closing.
probably
They close at
not.
4. They close at 4.
Perfect. I'll go tomorrow then.
Yep.
That's a true local spot, man.
Yep.
Closing
They
at
close.
4,
They close
dude.
at 4, man. You got to get there. I think they're closed Sundays as well.
Oof,
So,
perfect.
Yep.
Love when companies do that.
Dude, let's talk about Kasich. Is
Oh,
is
man,
Kasich still a
Kasich.
band?
Yeah, we just
Come
shot
on, I
a.
saw.
We recorded with Matt Goldman.
Ah, yes, I saw that.
Dude, that was huge, man. Working with someone like
I
him was
can't even
unreal.
imagine.
Yeah, I mean,
Beautiful studio.
I never thought that I would be able to record with somebody that's has that track record.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the pandemic kind of opened that up in a weird way. And he worked out like a freaking super cool deal with us, and to where we were on like a payment plan essentially.
Oh, that's
And,
amazing.
yeah, he was very gracious about it and very, very understanding. And yeah, man, we got freaking more than our money's worth, in my opinion. And so it was just super cool.
I
man.
mean, the bands
Yeah.
he's worked with,
Unreal.
legendary.
Man. He did almost all the Under Oath stuff. to the Chariot. I think 68. He's done. I don't know, man. His track record is huge. You know, all I needed was the Under Oath, and I actually found out I was able to work with him because of the Under Oath like live stream Twitches. I don't know if you saw anything. They would take like their full album and literally go song by song, and they had everybody that was pretty much involved on the record. And you know, Under Oath's like my favorite band, so of course I'm going to watch it. And then they had Goldman on for like, you know, the 3 albums that he did with them. And they're like, all right, well, you know, where can people find you and like all this stuff and everything? And he's like, just find me on Facebook. He's like, I don't really have much like out there contact wise. And he also said that he reopened his studio in Atlanta because he's like, I want to open up for local bands. And I was like, wow, well, what about a local band from Jacksonville?
Yeah.
So messaged him on Facebook. I was like, you know, just chatting with him like, hey, I'm gonna send you some of my music. I don't even know if you want to like work with us, like if you even like it. So I sent him the latest single at the time. And he didn't, I thought he ghosted me. He like didn't hit me back. And I was like, dude, he hates us. He thinks we suck.
We know all about that.
And so like a week later, I just followed, hey man, just followed up. Did you ever listen to it? He's like, oh yeah, I'm going to message you back. Listen to that one. I listened to the other 2 singles you have out. Like I love the sound you guys have. Love your mix of like post-hardcore with metal and punk and like all these. I was like, dang, he like listened.
Right.
Like, that's so sick. So talked to them and worked out a price point and a payment plan, and was able to go up to Atlanta for like a week and record, and it was like the best experience of my life, dude.
How cool is that?
It was like I was staying with somebody we had just met, me and my brother. And it was like I woke up, walked down to the coffee shop, got all my work done in the morning, came back, picked Christian up, drove to the studio, played music all day.
Unbelievable.
And I did that for like a week, and I was like, I could do this. I could do this every day if needed, you know.
Exactly.
Lord,
make it happen, Jesus.
I was like, please.
And it's the same studio that Under Oath and all the other bands that, for the most part, recorded
for the most part. He that was definitely the smaller studio that he has. He used to have a bigger one, but he said the guy like just like doubled his rent out of nowhere, and he's like, I'm not paying that. So, so he has like he's like a studio in Tennessee, and then he's got that one in Atlanta. And I was like, dude, he's like, there's benefits to going to the Tennessee one. He's like, it's bigger, it's really cool. I got a place for you guys to stay at if you want. But I was like, dude, I just see all the old Under Oath stuff. And I'm like, they're in this legendary studio. And I was like, we got to go. Like, you know, and plus it's Atlanta too, you know? Like,
come on, man.
Like, it's so rad. So, yeah, we had a blast, man. He said there was all the stories. It was like Rage Against the Machine did their first demos in that studio.
Unreal.
The Rolling Stones came and jammed in that studio after a show like one time. I'm just like, I don't deserve to be here.
Absolutely crazy, man.
Where can they find you or the band?
The band just on Instagram,
what's
Spotify, Ksick, Ksick, official, I think is the Instagram. We've been wanting to change the name forever, but I think that's what we're just.
I love the name.
With. It's an interesting one. Yeah, it was actually a typo.
Really?
Yeah, it was like, okay, sick. I think I texted Christian and I was like, K-Sick. And I was like, oh, that's pretty funny. I had a full list of band names. I was like, which one do you want to pick? And he was like, dude, K-Sick. And I was like, all right, let's do it. And then now I'm like 10 years later and I'm like, dude, that name sucks.
I love the name, dude.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I know bands hate this when someone asks them this. For people that haven't heard you yet,
yeah,
who would you be compared to? Or what genre, if you had to go on tour with somebody, like what would you be grouped with for people that haven't heard you yet?
Probably, I don't know. There's so many subgenres of like heavy
nowadays,
music,
yeah.
You know, you got post-hardcore, hardcore, screamo, metalcore, you know, like all these other subgenres. So we probably started off, honestly, we started writing like 80s rock is what it kind of sounded like. Like our first like tracks that are even, I think they're still on Apple Music. We took them off Spotify, but they're on Apple Music, and they sound like 80s like kind of rock type stuff. Like
I can get down with that.
Like real. It's like the vocals aren't auto tuned. It's like there's no fine tuning. It's not really that great.
If we play your music in the background, will we get flagged?
You probably will.
Okay.
I think it's licensed, if I'm not mistaken. I don't care if you play it, but
YouTube does.
YouTube does. Definitely.
YouTube
does.
does.
And the people that you send your music off to get it pumped
Yeah.
out or whatever. So we sound completely different. We just want to get heavier and heavier with everything that we write.
That's
so
awesome.
We just, at one point we sounded like an early version of like, Under Oath or something, and then now we sound like, I don't even know, we're playing playing just heavier. Like, I don't know what we sound like. I don't know.
Dude, I saw Under Oath at Cornerstone, Florida one year, and it was right before the release of Defying the Great Line.
Oh, wow.
And
so you saw him when Chasing Safety was out?
I did.
Man,
yeah.
peak.
You know what's crazy? One of the years at Cornerstone, that song that they do with Aaron Marsh from Copeland, Some Will Seek Forgiveness.
Yeah.
I've seen Under Oath countless times,
Yeah.
but they played. You hear the beginning of the song play. I hear a voice to the so like, you know. Yeah, dude. So Aaron Marsh walks out, and they freaking killed this song. It was so good.
Man,
but this was like in the beginning days of when people's records were getting leaked. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Defying the Great Line got leaked.
It got leaked, and
I miss those days.
the promotion
I miss those days.
was insane. The money. There was literally a plane flying over the festival with the promotion of the album coming out. Your wristbands had the album on it, you know, the release date. But my heart shattered when I was sitting there watching them with 3,000 people in the crowd 2 months before Defying the Great Line came out. And everybody knew the words, bro.
No way.
Swear to God, I knew the words. Everybody knew the words and just chanting them.
No.
And I was just thinking,
that's
like,
crazy.
It was crazy. But I was feeling for them. I was like, dude, that's gotta suck.
Yeah.
As cool as it is to have their songs chanted back to them, like, yo.
You know what's
That's
weird?
probably, I think they talked about it in the Twitch stream. They're like, that was actually a good thing. I think
Really?
that's what they said in hindsight. Yeah.
Wow.
Because I'm not sure if you went to the show. They came to Tampa and Amberlynn did their reunion show.
Was
I
it
wanted to go to
the
that.
stadium one?
No, the one that was at USF.
Yeah. Are you talking about Amberlynn or Under Oath?
They played together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they were in like the USF stadium or something like that. Yeah, not stadium, but whatever the arena.
Yeah, the arena.
Yeah.
And Dance Gavin Dance, that's why I went. And then Amberlynn.
Wow, Dance Gavin Dance.
Yeah.
He loves Dance Gavin. He is a Johnny Craig fan right here, bro.
Yeah,
this guy.
Because Johnny Craig hasn't been in the band for 11 years. But
but he can't. Did he come back?
No.
Oh,
dude, nobody will have Johnny Craig back.
Oh, man. I don't know.
I would.
About him.
But no.
He basically steals money from his fans type deal. Yeah.
Not a good
But
look.
great voice.
Not a good
I
look.
love the guy's voice.
Not a good look.
But I went to an Amberlynn show one time, and same thing. It's weird. I've never thought about it. There was an era where these bands were like, I'm about to play a new song, and you probably already know it.
The stuff was getting leaked.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I went to a show, and he's like, this is a new song. I know you guys probably know it. I'm not going to say who it is. There was a little bit of like
tension.
Yeah, there was tension.
Yeah.
Because I think I went to see them when they were playing at whatever. There's a small musician store at the beaches. I don't know what the name is. It's in a plaza somewhere.
George's Music.
It's not George's?
No. There's a smaller one. It might have been like a record store or something.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yep. It's not there anymore.
Okay.
I know what you're talking
Amberlyn
about.
played at that record. They were talking
really?
closer to JTB, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
South Jacks.
Like in the early 2000s, Amberlyn played an acoustic set
I
there.
went to like the 2009 one for New Surrender. And he like
at that record store?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And
That's
it got leaked out.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was like the 20, 30, 50 people were there. And they were playing a new song. He knew everybody there knew that song.
Dang.
And you were like 5 feet away from him and you knew you leaked that.
Ooh.
And yeah, it wasn't like yours was like, oh yeah, it was like, it was cool. Got us out, whatever.
Yeah.
Mine was the opposite.
Yeah.
It was super awkward.
You're like, oh,
Because they wanted to kind of
sucks.
put the new music out and surprise people, and there was no surprise.
Oh man,
Yeah.
That's got to be a bummer for to be an artist and have that happen. You know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, I don't know. Not today is weird. You know what I'm saying? Like you just put whatever you want out. You know what I'm saying? I almost feel like there's no like leaking or whatever.
No.
It's just like here it is.
It's a lot harder to leak
like,
now. I don't know why. I think people are a little bit tighter about it.
Probably.
Yeah, but you don't. Maybe people don't try because they're like, it's going to be free on Friday.
I know the story behind Under Oath was like that studio that they recorded at with Goldman. It was like Goldman let somebody use that studio and it was on his computer and they found it on the computer and that person leaked it out.
No way.
Yeah. So it wasn't Goldman. It was like somebody used his studio to like record another band or something.
What a raunchy person.
I know.
That's
happens,
foul.
man.
Very
That's
crappy.
foul.
But all the guys on the Twitch on Under Oath were like, dude, that actually was a great thing. Like it's like we didn't like it at the time, obviously, but hindsight, it's like it made it that much bigger
I
because it
can
was like
believe
almost
that.
like lucrative. Like, oh, look at the new Under Oath that I
right.
got, you know?
And even though the records weren't selling, way more kids were coming to their shows at that time, man.
massive.
They were huge.
Yeah, massive. Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah, man.
Well, Chuck?
Hey, we're coming up on 55 minutes.
55 minutes. Are we going to actually end it on time?
I think today we might end
Dude,
it on time.
Lane,
How
do you
about
have any final words,
Got
man?
any final
What the
words?
meaning of life is, anything like that? You know what I'm saying? What do you want to leave the people with?
No,
man?
what's in the future for you? Because everyone
We want-
knows about what's happened to you, like what blew up. People know you as a Florida man.
Yeah.
What's going on now and in the future that's going on with you, man?
We,
Dude,
we
I'm
need
just-
another hurricane,
you know,
for sure.
We
Like-
need another hurricane.
Yeah, I mean, hurricanes are cool and bad. I mean, I used to look at hurricanes a lot differently until I started doing charity work for it.
That was in the Vice
Yeah,
documentary.
you started seeing
it's-
the
it's-
destruction
oh
up
my
and close.
gosh, yeah,
Huh?
it gives you a whole nother
Hurricanes are
respect
no
for
laughing
them.
matter,
Yeah.
Sam.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they are
Sorry,
to a
guys.
degree. They are to a degree. And the way I get it now, why the news talks about it the way they do, because if you get slapped with one of those hurricanes the way that some of these cities have, it is not.
Can I ask
good.
you a question?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have serious beef with Shepard Smith?
I don't have beef with him.
You
I think
and your whole family
I think
will
he's
die.
I think he's kind of silly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have beef with him though.
Because he called you out directly about that.
Yeah, I don't know if he said direct. I don't know if he said you, Lane Pitman, are dumb. Like, whatever.
That was probably the most repeated clip on that documentary.
It was just so because like I remember him talking about that, and I was like,
Yeah, me
dude,
too.
this guy's an idiot. Like, what in the world is he talking about?
now,
So-
Dude.
now that's why he got fired from Fox News.
did he really? He got fired?
He went to CNN.
He went to CNN.
Yeah.
Wow, what
Wow.
a way to flip the script.
Yeah.
Wow.
He did.
Traitor. I'm
Dang.
just kidding.
Traitor.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. There was a local, I forgot the guy's name, a local news caster who was a meteorologist, and I forgot what hurricane it was, but this guy started crying on live TV.
Oh, it was Tom
And
Willis.
Tom Willis.
Tom Willis.
I was talking to my
Yeah.
mom. She's like, "You want to come over here? Should we go out of town?" I'm like, "Well, it's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
fine. We're
Yeah.
gonna be all
And then you
right."
got some.
I hung the phone up. I
He's-
watched the news literally within seconds,
Yeah.
and he starts crying,
yeah,
bro.
about like the like the whole sound's gonna be. Just
He
destroyed.
says,
yeah.
What happened?
If you ever have listened to anything I say, and he starts crying.
He was crying.
Listen
on
to
it.
this now.
Yeah.
If you don't get out, he
Yeah.
basically was saying, if you don't get out, you're gonna
You're
die.
gonna die. Yeah. He
And
was literally shedding tears.
I called my mom
Yeah.
again. I was like, I'm not so sure.
Maybe I need to leave.
that I feel so secure
Maybe
about
I need
this.
to leave. Maybe I need to leave. No, I was at my parents' house and we've just decided we're gonna ride him out.
Yeah, I rode that one out here actually,
Yeah.
and I lost no power. It was
That's
a blessing.
crazy. We lost.
Yeah.
I remember so my dad's kind of old school and he's like, dude, you know, everyone's always on their phones, blah, 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 blah. And I remember like that video, like he recorded the video and taught him how to use Snapchat. And I put it up. I was like, Dad, this thing is blowing up. And I just remember I was like on my phone a lot and the power's out and he's just sitting there. Me and my mom, my mom were on our phones like, this is crazy. And my dad's like, what the heck, man? I'm gonna go somewhere else. I was like, do you not understand? It's like, I think he obviously gets it now, you know,
Right.
like how crazy things have been because of that. So
Right.
but-
he had other things on his mind, like
Yeah.
keeping the four walls
Yeah.
standing up.
exactly, right? Or just hanging out. He's like, y'all are all on your phones, y'all aren't hanging out
Oh,
with me.
I feel
you know,
that.
like,
yeah.
He's a trip, dude. I love my
Nice.
dad.
That is funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, you never got to the answer. Is there
Yeah.
anything?
Yeah, what's coming up
that-
with you?
What are you
Oh,
looking
shoot.
forward to, man?
I'm loving being married right now. The things that happen to me, I don't really plan for
Right.
them to happen. So
Free bird.
I'm just working, doing videography, drone work, and social media stuff for other companies, and just enjoying being married right now.
I love it,
So,
man. And like I said before, you can tell that you're really enjoying life, man,
Yeah,
and
dude, so
living
good.
it to the fullest.
so
and I
good.
think
God's good, man, for sure. It could be a lot worse. I know a lot of other people have been really jacked up by what's been happening. So I'm very fortunate. and thankful.
totally,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I think we can all take a little bit away from that, man. Like,
Sure. Yeah.
life has its ups and downs, man. But
For
you
sure,
know,
man.
there's a lot of fun life to live, baby.
There is,
You
dude. There's a
gotta
lot
do
of
it.
life, and you only got a little bit of it.
That's
And
right.
Take it, do as much as you can with it. You know.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Life is precious.
Cool deal.
right.
What's your Instagram?
The big guy 904.
The Big Guy 904.
Yeah.
Hit him up on Instagram.
And
You're
what's
on
your
Facebook.
band's user?
K-Sick official, I believe.
K-Sick.
K-Sick music. K-Sick official, I think. Let me look it up.
Yeah, we want to make sure people get to you.
the right information.
Yeah, big time. Very important.
Yeah, you guys are good, man. I listened to some tunes. Did you ever listen to Thrice by chance, man?
You know, a lot of people say we sound like them.
I was gonna say.
A lot of people
I was
say
gonna
we
say.
sound, we sound
Old
like
Thrice
them,
or new Thrice?
Well, it's y'all have the
no idea.
post-hardcore, the metal,
Yeah.
and the punk feel.
Yeah.
And early Thrice had all three of those
Yeah.
Oh,
as
really?
well. Yeah.
Okay.
And
they're very melodic now.
if you've never dove into that band, I would
I've
highly recommend.
Skimmed it, just barely skimmed them, and you're the second person, or maybe the third person that said we sounded.
I'll
like them,
send
so.
you a few tunes to
Okay.
check out
Yeah,
first.
for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
So what is it?
I'll have to send you the stuff that we recorded. I'll send you all the new
I
stuff.
would love with
Yeah.
Goldman.
Yeah, with Goldman.
I would
yeah.
love
It
that.
sounds light years ahead of anything we've done.
Amazing.
Yeah, it sounds so good.
Do you have a release date for all that?
No, I mean, I literally, just got the video. We recorded it. We did a music video. So I'm in the middle of editing it all right now because I feel like it's just easier if you're a videographer. I can just do it.
Hey,
why pay somebody?
do
when I
what
can
you
do
get.
it?
Get what you want out of it. Yeah.
I can make it how I want. So yeah, I'm in the middle of editing that. We're gonna at least do one more, hopefully another music video. So we'll have at least 2 to pop out, maybe later this year, maybe earlier. I don't
Cool.
really know, man.
All
Don't
right.
really have a
Whenever
set
it
goal for
happens.
Whenever it
We'll
happens,
be on the
man.
lookout for it.
Shoot, yeah, dude.
Cool, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for hanging out
thanks
with
for
us.
having
We've
me.
had a
Good
blast.
hanging.
Absolutely,
Very
man.
good time.
Yeah, so thank you all once again for tuning in to the Chuck and Samuel podcast. If you haven't yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button on the top of the page or wherever it is located
Yes,
on
sir.
whatever platform you're listening to. And listen, man, we've been having a great time, and thank you so much for joining us. And we will see you next week.
See y'all.
Peace.